Hello, this is New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com. Today is the 25th of October 2020, and here I'd like to revisit a post I put up on the website back on the 21st of July 2019, which looked at the quite remarkable In Amazonia album by Isilurs, Bane and Peter Hammill. Before we get into it, the usual favour if I may, and that's subscribe to the channel if you would be so kind. That would be appreciated and help us to grow. That'd be great. But back to this CD. I've been a big Peter Hammill and Van der Graaf Generator fan ever since I heard some stuff on John Peel's radio show, which would have been probably back in around about 1977. 78 for a guess. I mean, Van der Graaf and Peter Hammill, an acquired taste, sure enough, but you know, I've been a huge fan for all that time, and then stumbled on this when I saw that Peter had collaborated with Isilurs Bane, so I had to rush out and buy it, and marvellous stuff it is. I'd never heard of Isilurs Bane before, I didn't know anything about him, but as soon as I saw Peter Hammill, well, I just had to get it because he's an old hero of mine going way back to the late 1970s. And in my eyes, Hammill is a proper musical genius. An acquired taste, yes, but once you have acquired that taste, it's excellent stuff. And you know, I bought this just on the strength of Hammill being involved. I didn't listen to anything first. I just got it, and absolutely no regrets. I didn't know what to expect, but it's great. You know, like a little bit like Van der Graaf and Hammill solo stuff. It's not an easy listen at first, and it's quite complicated. And I guess you'd either love or hate it, as we say over here. It's Marmite, you know, because you either love it or you hate it, just like Marmite, right? And the same can be said here about In Amazonia. But once you've listened to it a few times and that penny drops, it's something quite special, and in my eyes, it's well, in my ears, I suppose, not necessarily eyes. It's a prog rock masterpiece. It really is. Hammill's vocal power is superb. I mean, this guy can the range and the feeling and the angst and the passion in his vocals is something else. It is distinctively recognisable, and the intensity of it goes from the bleak to the intense here. It really is something to listen to. The music has some variety to it as well. There are 6 tracks, they're all different, but each one of them holds the attention throughout. And even the longer cuts, such as Before You Know It, This Is Where, and The Day Is Gone, it all ranges from the hypnotic to tribal, and it rocks as well. It's not unlike, in many ways, it's not unlike classic Van der Graaf Generator. From, like, think about Prone Hearts and World Record and things like that, and you know, you're probably not too far off. It really is excellent for an old prog rocker. You know, I like me Nawabum, of course I do, but I like me prog as well. And for an old progger like me, Hammill remains a master of the art, and teaming up like he has with Isilurs Bane to come up with this In Amazonia is quite an inspired combination. Now, I know it might not be your cup of tea, although give it a chance, and it does reward more with each listen. It's bleak, it's stark, it's dark, it's brooding, it's hypnotic, heavy in parts, atmospheric, really inventive modern prog with a bit of a retro feel to it, given the similarities to Van der Graaf. Properly superb in my eyes. It really is excellent. If you want to discover something new, or you like your prog, I'm sure you'll like this. If that's the case, as always, in the description underneath the video, there is a link to the album on Amazon if you want to pick it up. And there's also a link back to the post on the website if you want to read that as well. So I'll leave it there. Check it out. Links below. As always, before I close off, the usual repeated favour, and that's if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be excellent. So until next time, as always, thanks for listening and take care.